Alright, if we go to Migos, we want to get a burrito, and we can choose from 6 meats and 8 fillings. Fillings are like vegetables or like cheese, rice, beans. How many different burritos can you make with 3 fillings? So we want a 3-filling burrito. Now there's 2 things you have in your burrito. You have your meat, and you have your fillings. Now, how many meats do you have to choose from? We have 6. And if you go to Migos, what you'll know is you get 1 choice. So it wasn't stated, but in general you get 1 meat. Now, would that be C or P? It would be C because there's no order to the meat. So it's C. Now the fillings, you have 8 to choose from. And out of that 8, how many do we want? It says 3. Now, does it matter the order of which they're in your burrito? No. Not really, because they're going to get mixed up pretty quick anyways. Now, next, we're going to find these 2 values. Do we have in our burrito meat and the fillings, or meat or the fillings? Yeah. Isn't there an and there? Ands are multiply, and it's going to make sense when we move down to here. Whenever you have an and statement, it's a multiply. Whenever you have an or, it's a plus. It wouldn't make much sense to have meat or fillings, unless you're a vegetarian. So meat and fillings would be a multiply. 6C1. Well, if you have 6 and you're choosing 1, how many ways can you choose 6 from? Choose 1 out of 6 choices. Hopefully you understand that is 6. Now 8C3 is a little bit more complicated. 8C3, well that's 8P3, which is 8 times 7 times 6, divided by the 3 factorial. It's a little bit more work. Doesn't this give you 6, which cancels with that 6? So isn't that 6 times 56? Now, 6 times 56, you end up with 336 ways to make a 3-filling burrito. Now, are there more than 8 choices of fillings? Probably. Could you also tack on sodas? Yes. But in this situation, you have a choice of a meat and 3 fillings. You have 336 ways to make burritos. That's a lot of burritos if you want to go back. Almost every day you eat a different burrito. Every day for the whole year. Almost. Okay, the next one. Pizza Factory. To choose from, we have 5 meats and 7 veggies. They probably have more than that. By the way, assume it's all the same size. And they have cheese on them, given. Cheese is normally not added cost. How many different pizzas could you make that have at most 3 items? That word is at most. Now, if you have at most 3 items, could you have a no item, a cheese?
Absolutely.
Could you have a 1 item,
Yes.
a 2 item, or a 3 item?
Yes.
Could you have any of those?
Yes.
If it's at most 3 items. Now, we're not going to pay any attention to the size of the pizzas. Assume it's a medium or whatever, a certain size. We're just talking about different pieces on top. Now, can you put whatever out of these toppings? So technically, how many toppings are there to choose from? Isn't it 5 plus 7?
12.
So aren't there actually 12 toppings to choose from? And for the first one, for 3 items, wouldn't it be 12-3? And it would be C or P?
C.
P.
Do you care about what order the toppings are on your pizza?
No.
No. Usually you just kind of put them on. The order specifics aren't important. Now, that is a 3-item pizza. Don't we have or, what's the other one? Aren't 2-item pizzas possible? Don't we also have to worry about the 1-item pizzas and the cheese pizzas, no items? Now, one more thing. Is this an or and between these? Are we having all 4 pizzas? No, aren't we having this, or this, or this, or this? What do we say an or is? Plus. Ors are plus. Okay. 12C3 would be 12 times 11 times 10 over 3 times 2 times 1 plus, we'll come back and finish that. 12C2 is going to be 12 times 11 over 2 times 1. 12C1, do you understand that's 12?
Yep.
Because if I have 12 to choose from and I want 1, I have 12 ways. And if I have 12 to choose from and I want nothing, isn't there one way to get it, and that's cheese? Isn't there one way to get a cheese pizza? It's a cheese pizza. Now, let's go back and solve these. Does that 2 and 3 make 6? So that cancel with this and leave you a 2. Now, it could go either way. I just went 3, 6 cancels in 12, leaving 2. There's multiple ways to cancel it. In the end, you should get right here 220. You could cancel it in different ways as long as you get 220. Now, the 2 goes into the 12 and leaves you 6 here. The 1, just ignore it. So 6 times 11 is 66. Now, as you look at this, aren't there a lot more ways to make a 3-item pizza than there are 2-item, 1-item, no item? But for at most 3 items, wouldn't you add up all those? Yes. So your answer would be 299 different ways to make at most 3-item pizza if this information was true for Pizza Factory.